Good afternoon or good day. So it's afternoon in California where I'm working. So I thought I'd share just, as I've shared before, the Inky Fingers pen guy here. Just thought I'd share a few interesting things about some Japanese pens that I've been working on. First of all, I want to give a little shout out to Pen Tooling and Dale. And many of you have bought this tool that he has put together at my recommendation back over a year ago now. And I noticed that a lot of times as I was working with it, the teeth in the tool was, eating into my hands and making and hurting. Actually, it didn't actually ever cause an injury or anything, but it was uncomfortable. So I found these tips. I actually had a tip from a new screwdriver I had out in the garage, and I took it off, and hey, lo and behold, it actually fit. And so I pointed that out to Dale, and he actually then went ahead and bought these little tips for all of his tools, and I think he's selling them with those now. And if you bought a tool and didn't get one of those, you might talk to him and give him a yell. And I know he had to buy like 1,000 of them. Each one in order to get anything to buy them. So anyway, just thought that would be interesting for you all. A nice addition to the tool. He sells a tool for $20, and just look him up, Pen Tooling on the internet, and pentooling.com, I think it is, and he'll help you out with that. So it's a great addition to the tool and makes it a lot more comfortable to work with. Another little tip. I thought, so this is a Pilot Capless, and this is the very first one that they did. So a little history on this. Came out in 1963, and the very first ones had a white dot here, as you can see. Later ones after that first year came out with a yellow dot. And the whole history and background on that is, I've been told, is that Schaefer also called their pens the white dot. That was the lifelong guarantee for their pens, and so I understand could be it's possibly that's not true, but that Schaefer actually sued or threatened to sue Pilot, and they changed it in the following years to a yellow dot. So just sort of interesting. But one of these early capless don't use a standard Pilot cartridge. They use this one, this little cartridge here, and they don't make them anymore. So if you can find them, they're often full of ink and used. And the way that it works, how these work is, you just pull this end off, and then you've got the little piece in here, and you have to, in order to make it work, you have to align the arrow with this arrow here, and then the whole nib unit will come out. Well, so the first ones came with a little silver gray linkage, and you can actually take the you get two cartridges in there for the price of one or whatever else. Of course, they don't make it anymore. So if you're going to actually, use the pen, you need a cartridge. And if you can find an old one, it's very simple. And many of you know this already, but it's very simple. Just take a syringe like this, use water, and clean it out with water, and then you can actually use that same syringe to refill it. And of course, if you leave it open like that, it'll all leak out. So fill it and then actually attach it, and it works really well. And it took me about 5 minutes to actually clean out this cartridge. Just filling this with water, and then cleaning it out, and it works very well. So that cartridge is already used. Again, to enter this, now it's got a little knob right here. Feed the knob in with that arrow, and then it uses. And by the way, this cartridge attachment really doesn't have any. It's not important in terms of the usefulness or the operation of the pen. Some of the later ones are. You actually need to have the full cartridge or converter in there. And oftentimes the later ones have a little silver cover that comes over them. But this is, again, the first year with the white dot. And that'll be a great use. And of course, here's one that came with it that's still full of ink. And a lot of times when you take these apart, you'll find that there's another, take it apart, and actually one of the cartridges has come loose from that little sleeve, and it's just, in the back of the pen. So just sort of interesting in terms of, making that useful and utilizing the cartridge and clean. So probably the main reason I actually am doing this today is that I've been working on a pen for a little while. It had a squeeze filler, and somebody actually the other day had sent me, some of them have an old accordion piece, and of course the accordion sacks, I haven't seen anybody that has them. They were on a lot of French pens, and even on the Japanese pens as well. But this one just had a plain sack, and like a squeeze filler or aerometric filler with the Parker 51 or Parker 21, and basically the sack just stuck through. Now Parker, of course, put a little housing on it with a little metal depression element, and Pilot did not do that. But anyway, so I've got this. I think this is probably late 60s. I haven't taken the nib off, and this particular nib does not have a date code on it. I'm sure there is one underneath, but I don't want to take the nib off. That's not something that I like to do. So anyway, I soaked this for a long time in order to get that old sack out, and it was actually attached to this little sleeve, if you will, that fits inside the pen, as well as in this metal sleeve. So what I'm going to do is show you how I'm going to repair that. And of course, these come with this this little tiny tube, and on the Parker Parker 5121, they have the same tube. Also on the Eversharp, and what that allows you to do is to fill the sack completely, because of course when you squeeze it, it will pull ink in, and if you did not have this tube, what would happen then is that every time you squeeze it, you squeeze the ink out, and then you'd pull back the ink back in. So with this little tube, you can actually fill this all the way, the sack all the way up to this the top of this little tube. Every time you squeeze it, it'll actually not expel the ink and bring in more ink up until the top of that tube. So that's actually, they borrowed that from Parker. So anyway, what I've done is I've gotten a sack that is about the same size, and I've cut it already so that it'll be easy to do. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and mount the sack on this particular little sleeve, and then insert it in the pen, show you how it actually works. Now, I always use shellac on mine, and it works real well. And you can get the shellac from Pen Tooling. He'll sell you this little bottle for what is it, $5 or $10. And by the way, you can you go to the Ace hardware store or Home Depot, and you can buy an entire can of it for about $9. But that would give you enough, shellac for forever. And so it's just as well to $7. And of course, with this one, you get the little brush with which to brush it on. And so anyway, it just feeds on like that. Okay. Now the shellac will dry. It'll take a few hours, or I've even heard folks say that it's best to let it dry overnight before you try to use it. And then all you have to do is just feed this back into there, and like so. And that goes all the way down. I didn't actually put any shellac in here. So the way that this is intended to work is it's got a little depression here and a little knob there that holds on. Now, when I got this was actually fed all the way inside the pen. And so I'm not going to try to actually force it in. I think somebody would actually force that in at some point. So anyway, so then just, feed this into here. And okay. So now all you have to do to fill this is depress that multiple times. Of course, with the nib inside the ink. See if it'll actually fit here. Cool, yeah, it works. And then, of course, like so. So anyway, that pen is now, restored, ready to work, and it's actually really a nice, good-looking pen. It's got a really nice, 18-karat nib or 14-karat nib. Let's see, 18-karat nib. So I think it's about 1970. I maybe have to look in my, material to actually figure out exactly the year. And again, if I had taken that nib off, I'm sure there's a date code under there. Pilot always puts a date knob on their date on their nibs. And so just sort of interesting and sort of a good-looking pen that would be, a nice user for somebody. I think this nib actually has a maybe a fine or maybe even a little bit broader nib on it. Of course, it doesn't have any indication as to what the nib is either. So anyway, hey, just thought I'd put something on. I haven't done anything in a while, and there's just a couple of little helpful tips. Now, the next pen show, I'll be at the LA, the California pen show it's now called, and I'll have all these pens, and I've gotten a nice selection of new old stock pens. New old stock, I've got a new old stock, capless, a few of them actually, and I've gotten a bunch of new old stock of the pocket pens, if you will, that I really like, etc. So anyway, this is a fairly short one, but just thought that I'd share a couple of thoughts with you. A couple of items that have developed in terms of the pen roll. So anyway, have a great day, and see you at the pen show maybe, and if not, on the next video. Take care. Bye.